Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. It's good to be back. Sorry for the lack of coverage. I've been out of the office, so to speak, for the last couple of days on my deathbed there, trying to recover from a pretty serious head cold. So we're going to take a look at the SUI chart here, kind of see what's going on, update our fib levels a little bit from our local high to our local low, kind of see where our resistance range is at, which actually has been since broken, but we got to kind of reevaluate for a new resistance if there is one. Yeah, it seems pretty obvious that this 454, 455 level is that next area of significant resistance. So be careful if you're taking it long into that range. You want to make sure to secure some profits prior to, but again, it's just kind of bird's eye view here at this point. So we'll take a look at some other details and kind of go from there and see what's up. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Appreciate you watching. If you've been watching for a while, even more appreciation to you. Thank you so much for being an awesome part of my life. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment below. Make sure you check us out over at Bitunix, link down below for this here, folks. They got a Rolex MacBook Pro released, or not released, but just provided to anyone who hits that volume reward there this month. We actually have some really high volume traders in our exchange, so that's going to be easy money for you guys. So feel free to check that out. There's no limit to how many of these things are provided to you, right? You hit that amount, you have the choice of, I think it's futures bonus or that specific payout. So pretty awesome stuff. Congrats to anyone who's going to qualify for that. I'm sure we'll have quite a few, but take a look here at liquidation. Let's jump into the backend data first, kind of go from there and see what's up. So when it comes to SUI, we can recognize there's a lot of liquidation on the upside here. It's kind of a little easier to see if we kind of change the colors here, but generally speaking, we're looking at about 4.5 to 4.6 as that next area of liquidation. Keep in mind, that's fairly concurrent with this 450 to 460 resistance range at 0.618. So again, a lot of times you'll find liquidation levels placed at specific areas of resistance. So you got to keep in mind, resistance isn't created by liquidation; it's the other way around. But a lot of times, folks, will misinterpret how liquidation works. This is incentive for whales to push the price action higher. And generally speaking, when it hits that level, the price will turn around because there's less people opposing them, so to speak, right? In other words, they set a lot of little limit orders to get to this level. It's actually high volume limit orders, and then once it hits that range, the price will generally retrace and pull back because they've done their due diligence and they've swept any potential opposition, and then they just sell afterwards and take tons of profits. It's a crazy thing, but it's pretty consistent. It's not exact science. Some folks ask me to make videos on liquidation, and the truth is, it's you got to kind of take it with everything else that's combined, right? You don't just take a trade based on liquidation alone. It just kind of tells you where the price action is moving towards. You want to also understand the overall momentum, and in this case here, momentum is getting stunted out. But we have just as many people taking longs as we do taking shorts. So it leads me to believe that we're about to see a breakout in the relative near future. A lot of times that will happen when the price starts to squeeze itself into a smaller, tighter range. Having said that, though, SUI for open interest, we can see that we have the most amount of interest here at about 425. So people are long at 425. We got some late longs underwater at 442, but generally speaking, the 425 to 430 range is that rough estimate of support if the price pulls back. Okay. And again, support generally comes from volume. You got to recognize that. That's why we look at this. You see these yellow lines on the right-hand side. That's our volume range profile here. If you kind of go here, you can kind of see VRVP, what visible range volume profile I think it stands for. Great tool to kind of help you understand where everyone's averaged out the most. We have the most amount of positions at 425, right? So if people are long at 425, that tells us we got a decent amount of support there if the price comes to that level. Again, can that be broken? Absolutely. Market makers are very mischievous and they can absolutely destroy tons of accounts. But a lot of times that's why we look at liquidation too, to recognize kind of where they're focused at. Okay, because a lot of times they will focus those high leveraged longs or shorts. And that's another reason why it's important to look at that. Okay. Anyways, sorry, good little preface, I hope. Maybe that gave you some understanding of what's going on. If you are new to the channel, if you've been watching for a while, you're probably like, okay, gosh, this guy just keeps going. He doesn't shut up sometimes, and you got to recognize it's all for your best interest. I want to make sure that you are the best trader that you can be. You want to be part of that or something greater, join our Trading Academy community or signals group. If not, that's cool too. Learn as much as you can from these videos. I try to, educate as much as possible instead of just giving you the answers. I prefer to teach you how to fish instead of just giving you the fish, right? That's the concept. Okay, all analogies aside, we're over 50 on the RSI. That's fantastic, generally a positive sign. Money flow index is above that, implying we have more money flowing in therefore more sustainability. So 425 to 430 or 425 to the current price point, solid support range here for the moment. We can also see that that's kind of reflected here at this 0.382 fib level. I'll zoom in on that here shortly, but the MACD is trying to converge. There's a lot of reasons why we're probably going to see further upside from SUI at this point. 4-hour time frame also reflecting significant positivity here. We're well over all moving averages, definitely looking very positive here. We kind of zoom out to this local range here. We can see the local point of control is still 425. Yes, it is. There we go. 425, 426. So hypothetically, the price does pull back. That's going to be a pretty solid place to consider taking along. Okay. Between now and then, maybe even consider dollar cost averaging. Bitcoin does look like it wants to stick around the 96 to 97K range. Either way, everything's looking great here. Over all moving averages, we can see we're over 50 in the RSI, significantly a positive sign. Stochastic is swinging down, but that does that after this type of uptrend. We've been moving, 6 to 7 candles in a row here to the upside. So a capitulation would be sensible to expect that to happen soon. We can kind of see here MACD is converging as well. Everything on the 4-hour time frame is super positive. Okay, we just got to recognize, and again, I kind of prefaced on the video here with this, 450 to 460. I'm spitballing with a rough estimate for a range there. That is definitely an area of retracement. If the price ends up moving up, just say quickly, we'll see the price pull back probably at that level. Again, we got a lot of confluence there, previous resistance, and now these fib levels here. So just a lot of reasons why that 450 to 460 level will probably be a turning point. And keep in mind too, the liquidation kind of reflects that too. Look at that, 458 for that upper level of heavy liquidation. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 460 and the price just retraces from there. Okay, now are we going to go straight there right now? Possibly, possibly not. It all depends on Bitcoin and how well Bitcoin wants to either pull back or continue higher. There's a lot of little factors there. That's why when you take long positions and with altcoins, you really want to pay attention to Bitcoin and see where it's going. To throw it out there here, Bitcoin is looking pretty strong. It does look like it wants to break to the upside. We have a solid support at about the 95.5 range too if the price does pull back. That's going to be an area of interest for me for a long, but there's a lot of liquidation at this 98 to 98.5 level too for Bitcoin. So would not be surprised if we see just a quick wick up to that level and a lot of alts to follow. Hourly time frame, Ichimoku Cloud confirming that we're in green light territory. Everything's looking pretty solid here. There's no reason to consider shorting into this. I would expect if the price does pull back, again, 425 to 430 is a solid support. What I'll do is I'll post a playout chart here on our Twitter, Telegram, Discord here shortly. Just kind of give you perspective on where that's at. Links down below for that. Make sure you take advantage of this exclusive offer here too from Bitunix this month. All you got to do is use my link to register and you'll get a benefit like this every single month. Last month we had like a significant deposit bonus, like a $12,000 deposit bonus. The month before, $60,000 prize pool. These guys are excellent. They take really good care of our community. So appreciate y'all and appreciate you Bitunix too for providing some good options for our family members here. So I'll look forward to working with y'all. If you want to go ahead and consider joining. If not, deeply appreciate the support. Thank you again so much for just being awesome parts of my life. Kudos to those of you who consistently kept messaging me here recently, telling me to get well and feel better soon. That was super nice of you. So thank you again. Appreciate you. Okay, we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Enough chatter for me. We'll see you soon. Take care.